In this DeBacco University video, I'm going to go over planning the arrival date of cannabis clones. When should you get them shipped in to allow you to maximize your harvest? All right, let's go over planning the arrival date for your cannabis clones. Well, first off, when planning for the arrival date, you really actually want to start with the harvest date. And when it comes to selecting that ideal arrival date or week, you first want to consider when is your harvest date going to be. If you're looking at an outdoor operation, when are the leaves going to start turning? When is the photoperiod going to start changing? This is what you should take into consideration for when you want the plants to come in. You also want to be mindful of your typical, for outdoor locations, your typical starting and end date of the growing season. When's your last frost and when's your first frost date that you're in for your area? Now, if you're in an indoor operation, you have much more flexibility, and it really depends on if all of the equipment is operational, because you have control over the environment, control over the photoperiod, the lighting, the temperature, hopefully, the air circulation. You have a lot more opportunities for flexibility. Outdoor locations, definitely more limited and a little bit more precise with the date they want their clones to come in. Now, for outdoor locations, you want to know your growing season, and there's plenty of these charts for different areas. You want to know what your plant hardiness zone map is, what region you're in. This can really help you best pinpoint the ideal location of your location, ideal timing for your given location. I'm going to give you an example here for the southern New England area later in this presentation. So you want to also consider the photoperiod. So the photoperiod can be determined the flowering time, except for if you're planting autoflowers. So be sure the plant timing will allow for plants to be large enough to support flowering. You don't want to have it be too late or too early. Here we see some photoperiod changes in the duration of time. We're looking at the temperature lag behind photoperiods. Again, all factors to take into consideration. We can see the description of that located right here for the given area in Japan. But again, this is true for any area, so be mindful of what it is for your area so you can maximize your production. Now, as I said later, I was going to give you that earlier, I was going to give you that southern New England example. And general recommendation is to have clones arrive in early June, that first or second week of June. And if growers want to have a second planting, that should arrive in late June or potentially very early in July. Now, when we're considering this for the southern New England area, it kind of matches the native strawberry timing. So again, just something else there to use some native plants in your area to kind of gauge what timing you should have. Some people may use different trees, different bushes for flowering times to give you an idea of when the season is just right. So take this all into consideration, but hopefully you can get that timing down to maximize your growing season and ultimately maximize your harvest.